everyone, my name is Heather Autumn and welcome to my channel. So with Christmas 2 weeks away, we've already decorated a tree, we saw tree lighting, there have been flurries, we've made hot chocolate, but the one thing that's missing is Christmas cookies. So every Christmas Eve, my mom used to make sugar cookies from scratch, and one of the festivities of the day would be that my siblings and I would be able to decorate these sugar cookies for Santa. And then as I got older, the cookies became more elaborate. So she used to make pizzelles. She also made Hungarian jelly cookies, which I've also featured on this channel before, and I'll either link it here or there. But growing up, it was always something I looked forward to. So now that I get to celebrate the holidays on my own, I want to keep up that tradition. So I really enjoyed how the Hungarian jelly cookies tasted, but they are a lot of work to do. And so I'm trying to find a smaller alternative, and that led me to find a recipe for thumbprint jelly cookies. These are small cookies and you can use your thumb. I tend to use a spoon, but you put a little dent in the cookie and then you fill it with your favorite jam. Now you can use any flavor you want, but for this I'm going to be using raspberry as kind of a tribute to my mom's Hungarian jelly cookies. And then after that, I'm going to show you how to make almond cookies. Now, for me, I don't know why, but almond and Christmas tend to kind of go together in my head, and these are absolutely beautiful. So I think it'll be a fun combo to make. So if you're one of those types of people who likes to have everything written out step by step, please check out my description. I'm going to link to my blog. I'll have all the ingredients and every step listed. And with that, let's get started on these thumbprint jelly cookies. So the first thing you want to do is either get out your stand mixer like the one I have here, or you can also use a hand mixer, which I did for years. And to that bowl, you're going to add in your 1 cup of softened butter. Now this should be softened to the point where you can press your finger into the butter and it'll leave a print. You're also going to add to that your 1/2 cup of granulated sugar and your 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And you're going to beat this until it's really fluffy, about 2 to 3 minutes. Next, you're going to add in your 1 egg, as well as 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Now, once that's all combined, you're going to start adding in your dry ingredients. You're going to add in a 1/4 teaspoon of your baking soda and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 2.5 cups of your all-purpose flour. Please don't feel like you have to dump that in all at once. You can kind of slowly feed it to the machine or to your mix. By this point, you should have a proper cookie dough. So what you're gonna do is you'll turn that mixture out onto preferably like a plastic wrapped area, and you're gonna shape it into a disc. For me, I like to kind of pat it into a circle and then just press down. And then you're gonna wrap that all in plastic wrap. And you're gonna put that in your fridge for anywhere from an hour to 3 days. Now the nice part is you can make this ahead of time and just keep the dough in your fridge until you're ready to start making the rest of it. All right, so the next step is to preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. So you're gonna take your dough and start measuring out 1-inch balls. So for me, I like to use my 1 tablespoon ice cream scooper. That seems to work really well for cookies. So I just scooped some of that up and then I rolled it in my hands till it made a ball and put it on my lined baking sheet. Now I also have a smaller ice cream scooper and I use that to go and make the little dents in these cookies, and you want to press down enough that it doesn't start splitting the cookie so you don't have those large cracks in the side. And if you don't have a scooper like I do, you can also use a spoon or even just your thumb, which is why they're called thumbprint cookies. After that, you want to fill each of those cookies with about 1/2 teaspoon of your favorite jam. Now that could be the raspberry like I used, or it could be strawberry, jelly, orange preserves. I think someone even mentioned lemon at one point, like a lemon curd. Whatever you like, that's what you can put in these. Next, you're gonna take these cookies on their trays and you're gonna put them in your freezer anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes just to firm them up. After that, you're gonna take them and pop them in your oven and bake them anywhere from 10 to 11 minutes. Next, you're gonna pull them out and let them sit on the tray for about 5 minutes and then transfer them to a wire rack where they can completely cool and they're ready to be eaten. Now, I didn't do this step, but if you want to, if you really want to finish the look, you can dust them with powdered sugar. For me, I didn't do that, mostly because I'm going to be taking photos of these and recording them, so I didn't want them covered up by powdered sugar, but feel free to do that if you wish. And that's it for these gorgeous thumbprint cookies. I hope it's a new addition to your Christmas cookie arsenal, and it's something that you continue to look forward to. So from here, we're going to start in on our almond cookies. Okay, so it looks like the sun has decided to make an appearance at the end of the day. And so with that, I'm gonna get started on making the second cookie, which is an almond cookie. So to start this cookie, you're gonna preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and you're gonna line 2 baking sheets with parchment paper. After that, you can use a stand mixer like what I have over here, or you can use a hand mixer, whichever works for you. And you're gonna mix together your 1 cup of butter, which has been softened, your 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and your 1 teaspoon of almond extract. In a separate bowl, you're gonna mix together your 2 cups of flour, your 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now you're gonna add in that flour mixture into your butter mixture, and you're gonna do this slowly by adding in about 2 tablespoons of that flour mixture into your butter mixture at a time. Make sure it's completely incorporated before moving on. All right, so after that point, you should have kind of a very soft dough. And what you're gonna do next is take about 1 tablespoon of that dough and roll it into a ball and then put that onto your baking sheet. This is going to make 24 cookies, which means 12 on each sheet, so make sure to leave some space in between. And these do spread out, which I've found out making this video, so be aware of that. The next thing that you wanna do is flatten these ever so slightly. Now for me, I used the bottom of one of my drinking glasses. It seemed to work pretty well, except that it stuck a couple of times to the bottom. And you may not want to flatten them as much as I did. I actually think that that was one of the reasons mine spread out really far, was because I flattened them really far to begin with. Next, you're gonna go and pop these in your oven for 7 minutes. After that 7 minutes, they may not look done when you pull them out, but they are. And I would say as quick as you can safely, I would start sprinkling the top with some of those almond slices and then pressing them down just lightly to get them sunk into the cookie. After a few minutes, you can move those to a drying rack to get them a little bit more dry and crisped up. Next, you're gonna work on your glaze. And to make that, all you have to do is add 1 cup of powdered or confectioner's sugar to a small bowl, followed by 2 teaspoons of almond extract and 2 tablespoons of water. And you're just gonna stir that with a spoon. It should come together really easily. And what you wanna do is drizzle those on top of your cookies. Now it's gonna seem kind of watery at first, but I promise that that glaze will thicken up and stay properly on the cookie eventually. And you're all done with that almond cookie. So now's the fun part where we get to taste these. So we are all done with cookie making. So I have one of these raspberry jelly filled ones here. You can see it, you can see that there has jelly all the way through. So I'm gonna give this a try. This jelly cookie is so good. Like, I love a good sugar cookie and I love a good gingerbread, but I like unexpected cookies. I like ones that you wouldn't normally have during the year. And this is kind of one of those cookies that you just don't see all the time. And it's festive, it's red, it has that nice red color for the holidays. Kind of a nice way to mix things up. So the next one up is this almond cookie. It has that almond glaze on there. So I'm gonna give this a try. I really like this. So if you don't like almonds, this is not your cookie. That almond glaze is another thing that turns it from being sugar cookie-like to more of an almond cookie. Either of those would go extremely well with some coffee, or if you missed my last episode, it was all about making this Italian hot chocolate, and these would go extremely well with that. So I hope you enjoyed the cookie making process. Be sure to check back next weekend because I'm gonna show you how to make a pull apart monkey bread, which is something that my mom used to make every Christmas. It was the Christmas morning breakfast. And along with that, I'm also gonna show you how to make a Christmas morning mimosa. So be sure to check back. You can do that by liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell because that will tell you when I have a new video out. Thank you so much again for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye.